Hi, and welcome to What's Beth Doing? Today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be canning chicken so we can have some in our pantries for those times when they get tough. So, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned and we'll get going on learning how to home can chicken.
Hello everybody and welcome to What's Beth Doing? I'm Beth and today we're going to be canning our own chicken. What? Why would we do that? Let me tell you why. Coronavirus. Anything else going on in your life? Maybe somebody lost a job and you don't have enough money but you need food. Well, if you have the abilities to pressure can or regular can, depending on what type of product you're doing, can your own foods and put them on the shelves. It's an inexpensive way to be able to keep meat on your shelves so you don't have to put it in your freezer or keep it fresh in the refrigerator. This will stay at least a year, if not longer. Always follow the National Center for Home Food Preservation. They have a wonderful guideline. Ball Canning website has a wonderful resource. So always look at them. I today am following my owner's guide to my pressure canner. That's what I'm going to be using today. And we're going to can some chicken. The chicken was on sale, good price. It's skinless, boneless chicken breast. And we're going to get to fixing this so we can get it in the cans. But I'm going to cut it up. We're going to par cook it. You cook it to about 2/3 done, and then we're going to pressure can it. So I'm going to get this open and get this started, and we'll get on our way. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our chicken. I'm going to wash it and get it ready to cut up, and then we're going to cut it into basically like chicken fingers, and we're going to stick it in this pot and get it ready to cook to the 2/3 done. Okay, so I rinsed my chicken off, and what I'm doing now is you want to make sure you cut off all the fat. Trim off all your fat. This is one of those really cool, I don't even know what it's made out of, if it's ceramic or, my dad gave it to me, but it is so nice and sharp. It just works really, really well. So I'm going to cut off the fat. And any other parts you think doesn't look, really appealing. Usually like this little veiny spot there. I'll cut that off. And you could cook this up and feed that to your dog, so you're not wasting anything. Then I'm going to just cut this in basically little chicken finger, maybe 1 inch wide slices. And Miss Sophie's sitting here with me, waiting to see if I drop anything, but she doesn't know I'm not going to drop any of this. So, nice, just little 1 inch pieces. Try to keep them kind of consistent, but it's okay if they're not. There we go. There again, I'm going to cut the fat off. These are just whole, boneless, skinless chicken breast. I think I got them for $1.58.29. Can't see from here. A pound. You could do chicken legs. You can do bone in or bone out when you're canning chicken. That is definitely an option. So, whatever's cheaper for you. Guys, when you're thinking about doing this, yes, it's just nice to have on hand. You can make some chicken salad. I usually pull this out and make my chicken pot pie, homemade chicken pot pies with this. Anything you might need it for, you'll have it on hand. But you can't wait till, hey, it's coronavirus time. You know, let's run out and get some stuff. It's better to have it on hand ahead of time. So I'm gonna wash these up and cut the rest of my chicken, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got all my chicken cut up. I think there might have been 13, 14 pounds worth. There was about 3.5 pounds per package, and I had 3 packages. I didn't add it up totally, but anyways. So I'm gonna fill this full of water. We're gonna set it on the stove to boil and let it cook about 2/3 done, and then I'll be back. Okay, so usually a pressure canner will come with one of these. This is what we're gonna put on the bottom of our pressure canner to keep the jars off the bottom. So I'm gonna stick this in my pressure canner. That's it over here. I'm gonna move this over just a little bit. And I have my canning funnel out. We're just gonna take some of this chicken and we're gonna poke it down in there. Now normally, if you're using a a pint-sized jar, you can fit about 1 pound of chicken in there. So I'm gonna poke it down in there really good. The smaller you cut your pieces, you know, the easier it probably would be to fit in there. And obviously if you're raw packing, it is a lot easier to put it in there because it's, you know, doesn't have a lot of shape to it with this mold and stuff. Alright, so I've got that full. I don't think I can fit any more in there. My salt is already in the jar, and we're going to put some water in here. And I've got it filled up. And now we're going to get a lid. I'm going to grab one of these lids over here. I don't need the little one. I need the big one. Sorry, forgot to get something to dry off. You're going to dry off your rim. Make sure that's all nice and dry. We're going to put our canning lid on. Nowadays you just have to finger tight close your jars. So I'm going to tighten that. And that jar is ready to go into the pressure canner. So I'm going to set it in here while we're getting the rest of them done. So I'm going to keep packing, and I'll be back in a minute and show you what step comes next. Okay, so these are the last of my jars. I've got my chicken all in there good. I've poked it down in there to make sure there's no bubbles. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. There again, like I said, you could use chicken bouillon, chicken broth, water. You can season it, not season it. I did put a ½ teaspoon of salt in all these. And we're going to get our lids. We're going to wipe off around our rims. Put our lid on. Yep, I want that one out. Whew, that's hot. Come on. There we go. All right. And we're going to seal these hand tight. They're hot, so I'm getting a pot holder. Okay, that one's tight. Going in the pressure cooker. Let's move this over here. Tighten that one up. In it goes. Now I have a full layer here on the bottom, and I have 1 can left. So what you can do is this is double stackable. My particular one, because see how tall it is? Normally a pressure canner might be about this tall where it fit up to a quart. This one, I can add a second ring and put that last can in. So I've got all my jars, so that gave me, let's just count. That gave me 6, 7, 8, 9 pints of chicken. So I'm going to get this filled up with water, get the lid on it, and we're going to get it to cooking. Okay, so all my jars are in the pressure canner. And with a pressure canner, it's not like a hot water bath. You don't fill it above so much space above your cans. With a pressure canner, you're only putting like 1/3, 64 ounces of water into your pressure canner. So I've got everything in here. I've got my lid on, and I have it set to steam. So then I'm going to turn on the heat. I do have a gas stove. And we're going to let it sit. This, after when that water gets up to boiling, it'll start steaming. We usually let it steam for 10 minutes. Make sure all the air is vacuumed out of your pressure canner. And then we're going to turn it to 2. That was the recommendation. And then our pressure gauge will start climbing. And when it gets to the right place, then we're going to turn down the heat and we're going to hold it at that for about 75 minutes to cook our canned chicken. So while it's doing that, I will go do something else, but I will be back and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. My pressure cooker has cooked. I set it to the recommended setting of number 2. And it wouldn't get up to the correct pressure, so I had to put it on 3. That worked great. Let it go the 75 minutes, and then you have to let it cool down all the way back to 0. And then there's no pressure in it, so you can take the lid off easily. I'm going to set that over there. Now your chicken is still going to be bubbling because it's still very, very hot. Do not touch it. I'm going to use my lifters. See if you can see that. Looks good. Let me grab a fork. Get this out. There we go. And we'll get the rest of the bottles out. We ended up, I think we counted, what, 9 jars. They're looking good. The lids are starting to pop. It's been cooling off a little while. I've let it sit here and cool for a while. Yep, we ended up with 9 jars, and they should be about 1 pound each of chicken. So if you want a quick, easy meal, you just open one of these up, add your chicken. Chicken's already cooked, so you don't have to worry about that. And you're ready to go. So as I would like to recommend, always, always, always follow your directions. Go on the websites that tell you, a lot of the universities have websites that help you with your canning. Follow the directions. It's nothing to be scared about. You're not going to blow it up, but you'll have some great chicken to use anytime you want it. So stay tuned for a word from our sponsors. Thanks for watching, guys. Press the subscribe button. Our sponsor today was Sutton Mill Creek Syrup Company. They offer a line of hickory syrups in a variety of flavors. Sweet and smoky, goes great on your breakfast foods, but also makes a beautiful meat or salmon glaze. So check out their website at www.suttonmillcreek.com, and don't forget to subscribe to What's Beth Doing?